Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, George Santos is at it again. As you all likely know, Santos was caught lying, among other things, about his Jewish heritage. What made that lie so gross was the fact that he claimed that his family, his grandparents, had to flee their home in Ukraine due to the Nazis. Well, Santos is now doubling down on that disgusting and politically self serving lie. He swears that his grandparents are Jewish and that they fled the Holocaust. And he's going to prove it just as soon as the war in Ukraine ends. That's his new excuse. That's his new promise. Seems odd considering that just months ago he tried to explain this away by saying that, oh, I never meant I was Jewish. I only said that I was Jewish. Yeah. Yeah. Now that's changed. Now he's Jewish again. So here we are. In a Fox News interview, Santos said he spent the past 10 months trying to obtain evidence of his heritage, but, quote, unfortunately, Ukraine is in the middle of a freaking war, and my grandfather comes from Ukraine. So this is the biggest lift that I have had to do my entire life. But that's something I'm going to prove before I die. This in no way appears to be true. Experts have researched his genealogy. They've found no Ukrainian or Jewish ties. And according to other documentation, Santos' grandfather was born in Brazil. Of course, Santos has not stopped lying, though. So that was, again, just one of many. He is still lying. His latest, and probably the most easily debunked, was about his niece. He said that his niece was recently kidnapped by members of the Communist Chinese Party. I'm not joking. This guy is seriously deranged and he is seriously demented. Santos told a New York Times journalist that his 5-year-old niece was briefly abducted from a playground in Queens, New York, and that she was seen with 2 Chinese men on surveillance camera. And then she was located about 40 minutes later. Doesn't really make sense, right? So the reporter asked him, so you think it was China? And Santos cryptically replies, quote, look, I don't want to go into like conspiracy theory, but you know, if the shoe fits, right? I mean, really? So you guys will not be surprised to hear that the journalists looked into the allegation and law enforcement said that not only is there nothing to show that the Chinese Communist Party targeted Santos' niece, there was no kidnapping. They have no record of a kidnapping ever being reported. A high-ranking police official investigated Santos' claim and told the journalist, quote, we found nothing at all to suggest it's true. I'd lean into he made it up. So it has also come to light that Santos hired several people with their own sketchy moral compass. As you all know, his campaign treasurer was recently indicted. She just took a cooperation deal. She admitted to helping him cook the books for his campaign. Well, now another of Santos' campaign treasurers has been outed by his own former attorney. Earlier this year, after Santos was indicted for campaign finance violations, longtime Republican accountant Tom Datweiler called for an investigation to find out why his name was appearing on some of Santos' financial submissions. Couldn't figure it out. Datweiler claimed, this is a big mystery. I had nothing to do with Santos' finances. I don't know what's going on. He must have just put it on there himself. Or someone did. So Datweiler goes out. He hires an attorney named Derek Ross. Well, Ross submitted letters to the Federal Election Commission, and he was defending Datweiler. He was claiming this is not anything to do with him. He had no part in any fraud related to Santos. His name needs to be taken off of these things. This is not anything to do with him. He's not connected to this in any way. Yeah, well, attorney Derek Ross is now moonwalking away from Datweiler. He has backed it up. On October 26th, Attorney Ross sent apology letters to the FEC, and he rescinded his previous correspondence. The attorney now says that he was duped and that he now realizes that Datweiler lied to him. In his letter to the FEC, Ross wrote, quote, "Regrettably, recent public reporting has caused me to lose confidence in the accuracy and veracity of the information provided by Mr. Datweiler at the time I submitted those communications on his behalf." He added that upon, quote, "careful review of the new information and a reevaluation of the facts, it has become evident that the content of the original communication may no longer accurately represent the situation described in my correspondence." And then the attorney also said he's, quote, "currently evaluating my ethical obligations in regard to future representation of Mr. Datweiler." So the impetus for the attorney's change of heart was the Daily Beast investigative report, which revealed that Datweiler was working for Santos, and they called him a ghost treasurer. So Datweiler was doing work for him, but not putting his name on it. And Datweiler is somebody well known in Republican circles. He has extensive ties to the Republican Party. He's worked for many GOP representatives, also candidates. So it makes sense that he wouldn't want to sully his reputation by taking a job with Santos, but maybe the money was too good. So according to the Daily Beast, he was doing this work incognito. They were using the name of a fake treasurer on the documents. If you guys have been following my Santos coverage, then you know Santos had listed the name of a campaign finance treasurer who didn't seem to exist. The name Andrew Olson appeared on some of his more recent finance reports, but no one knew this person. No one in Republican circles had ever heard of this person. No one could track him down. More importantly, journalists were going out trying to find him, and nobody could find this person. And after doing a lot of digging, the Daily Beast discovered that Santos made him up. They just made this person up, just like he had made up everything else about his life. So it seems now that Datweiler has some splaining to do. And he might be another casualty of Cyclone Santos over here, because, you can't just lie. You can't just do campaign finance work for someone and lie about it, it turns out, and lie to the government, lie to the FEC about it. So we'll see what happens now with Datweiler, if he's maybe going to become a cooperating witness. Maybe he's already working with the feds and nobody knows yet. We'll have to wait and see how this all shakes out. But I will definitely keep you all posted on this. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.